101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Indiana Senior High, last visit of the school year, Principal Wade McElhaney. Hard to believe, isn't it?
It is, Todd. Years gone by very quickly.
Jeez. Conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm, best of Indiana County Contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. All right, we've got a room full of people today.
We do, and it's that time of year that we could probably put a lot more students and teachers in here, but there's so many things that are going on. Yeah. And just to bring some highlights here today, we have first up, we have Mr. Mike Lehman, who is a physics teacher, but also science club advisor, who's been very instrumental in helping our students really enrich their science learning experiences.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you back with us.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, well, it's kind of crazy right now. You notice I didn't bring any students today.
Yeah.
I think most of our kids are either taking AP tests or we are in the midst of our final fundraiser of the year. We're building grazing boxes to help pay for some of the things that we have to do in order to get our kids from point A to point B.
Grazing boxes.
Yeah. So if you ever have a nice charcuterie board, you like cheese and meat and things, so we make a box that's got all kinds of good stuff in it, and we sell it to the teachers, both at the junior and senior high.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So the physics program.
Well, I'm not here for physics, but I am here for Science Club today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're getting ready to wrap up our year. This Sunday, we actually leave for Penn State, and that's our state-level competition for our students. We got 28 students, I think, going this year, and we'll spend about 2.5 days up on campus. And the students are going to present their research and then have opportunities to interview for scholarships and talk to professors and tour the campuses. We're actually going to Penn State has a nuclear reactor on campus that we're going to get a chance to tour this year. Wow. So we try to throw in a little bit of the competition stuff and a little bit of opportunities to see things we might not normally see.
I remember my son going there every year for that. He loved it. It was a great competition, yes, but it was just great to get together with others and see what's going on in the science community.
They really do get to see kind of what students are doing across the state and get new ideas for next year. Get excited about the fact that compare themselves to others, which is sometimes in academia isn't as easy at the high school level as you might like.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it sounds terrific.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time with that.
Kids like it. Our club has grown over the years. We normally start out with about 40 students and try to get as many kids to cross the finish line completing projects as we can.
Good plan.
Yep.
Good plan. All right, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
There you go. Mr. McElhaney.
Okay, next up, we have a really unique combination here. We have Mr. Nathaniel Arthurs, who is a community partner with our teachers, with the sailing and aviation clubs. And we brought along Dan Murphy, who is a Spanish teacher at the senior high school, and also Mr. Eric Pushkar, who's our digital media productions teacher, and they are co-advisors with the expert standing to the right of me.
Wow, that's a whole bunch of people. We can gather around both microphones. Everybody come on up. Nathaniel has been here quite often in the past, so he knows his way around. You just go ahead and lead the discussion here, Nathaniel. I'll sit back for a couple minutes.
We do a couple field trips each year. Like I said, I'm a community volunteer. I couldn't do this without Mr. Murphy, Mr. Pushkar. I'm very grateful for that, Mr. McElhaney, the school district, the school board. So thank you again. We did a couple field trips. We try to do more career-oriented stuff to try to inspire the youth to maybe take a career in aviation and also the whole shipping industry as well. It was really neat this year, and we took the kids down to Baltimore to the Inner Harbor. We were on the Lori Ferrara and Patrick Smith with the Pride of Baltimore II. It's a tall ship down there. That was a replica from an 1800 schooner. So we went on wind power, which is really neat. Then right after that, Lori had put us right into steam power, the Liberty ships from World War II.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them left, and we went right into that, and then we went into the nuclear, which was the Savannah. So it was pretty neat. So we were able to do all that. Some of our students are here right now. And then it was just a great experience that we were able to do. It was a down and back. Appreciate everybody. We left at 6 a.m., got back at 10. But it was just such a great opportunity for us to see that. And it was all free, thanks to the Pride of Baltimore, took care of us and all their sponsors that allowed us to do that. and we were about a mile away from the bridge, the key bridge that had collapsed or
Yeah.
ran into by the ship. So we were about a mile away from that, so we got to witness that and what devastation it did to the area, not only from there all the way to the United States, all around. It's a large shipping port, so.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty amazing. We were there a couple of years ago, and we were on all those ships
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's just tremendous. They
And
do
then
it well.
we did on the aviation club. We were at the National Air and Space Museum with the kids, and we spent a day down there. And some of our students are here as well for that.
All right, so let's introduce the two
Yep.
guys to your right.
This one here is Dan Murphy. He's the high school Spanish teacher, and he's also he is my sponsoring teacher for the sailing club. And we're part of Friends of Yellow Creek. And Mr. Pushkar, Pushkar's digital media and multi-purpose on everything. I think you do. I don't know what he doesn't do.
This guy does everything.
So without these guys, I couldn't
Yeah.
do it. Have a sponsoring teacher. So I'm very grateful for that.
The world is truly a better place with Nathaniel Arthurs in it.
Is that true?
Oh, it is. This guy makes such a difference in all these kids' lives and our lives. You know, when I'm sure Dan feels the same way that years ago when we were asked to be teacher sponsors of what Nathaniel wanted to do with Sailing Club and Aviation Club, we certainly stepped right up, and he keeps us hanging around because he is such a great guy. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
There's a special place for this man in heaven. So
I've never heard Nathaniel described that way at all.
Neither did I. I'm ready to go cry.
Mr. Murphy, you agree with all of that?
I certainly do, and Nathaniel and I go way back to the 70s. We grew up together, and Nathaniel and I have known each other for decades. And yeah, I totally agree with that. And so he asked me to volunteer to help out, and it's been with pleasure. The sailing club, I think we're in our third year, and we've had field trips to Erie and Annapolis, and then our students go out to Yellow Creek and put into practice some of the things that are talked about during the club period. So,
All right.
yeah, I totally agree with that.
I don't want to run out of time here. Let's bring our students up.
Todd, I have Brian Ash here from Aviation Club. He might, if you have a question about, we went to the auxiliary, which is the larger Air and Space Museum. So I know Nathaniel said that, and most of the community would know the big one right there in downtown Washington, D.C., but
So
we went to the Virginia one.
You went to Udvar Hazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw the Blackbird.
Yes, we saw a black.
How was the Blackbird? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very large plane.
Yeah.
It was fast.
Yeah. It's an amazing airplane. And they had a Corsair, as I recall, hanging from the ceiling there. My dad used to work on those when he was in the Marines, which I thought was cool. People don't know about that Udvar Hazy Center, do they?
No.
Yeah, but what an amazing place. So what was the exhibit that stood out the most to you there?
I mean, they had a bunch of planes from different time periods, but I think the coolest thing there was the Space Shuttle Discovery.
Yeah.
They had one of the space shuttles, which not many of those are left.
Yeah. It was a pretty amazing trip. Yeah. So in the club itself, what are some of the things you do?
So we sometimes have people come in, talk about what the working conditions are like in airlines. We also have some people come in, they talked about different careers, like maybe flying drones, in aviation, plane,
Yeah.
commercial, all that kind of stuff.
Terrific. And now we've got a couple of young ladies with us as well, and another young man. And you're all with the same
Yeah, we have.
under the same umbrella.
He's dual because he's my aviation club and sailing club.
You're aviation and sailing, and the girls, you're sailing. You're sailing. Come on up closer to the microphone. Let's meet you. Good morning. You are,
I'm Morgan.
and
I'm Jordan.
all right, and I'm assuming both of you have last names too.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have the same last name. We're sisters. Our last name is Grove.
Well, it's good to meet you both. Tell me about the trip to Baltimore.
Well, we first went on the Pride of Baltimore. I thought that was really cool. I think my favorite part of going on that ship was being able to see the Francis Scott Key Bridge that collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. I took a bunch of pictures of that.
Yeah.
And we got to help the crew with, like, putting up the sails and stuff, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Yeah, and you have to duck your head a lot on that ship, don't you? Yeah. What about you? What were your highlights?
My favorite was probably putting up the sails. That was fun. And you really have to, like, be stable whenever you're doing it because you can get like you can fall. a
Yeah.
lot. Like
There's a lot to trip
it's-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Did you get to the aquarium too while you were there? The National Aquarium?
No.
That's the next trip. You'll love that too. Wonderful. Okay, hey, let's meet you. Come on up and visit with us, and tell us about your trip. You're fine right here.
All
right. So tell me about your experiences.
I've been through both clubs. I'm one of probably the oldest members of the club currently. I do aviation for Mr. Arthur. I'm part of his sailing club. Also, we went to Marylanders. It's the second time I've been there from last year. We were on a skipjack.
The one thing we didn't get was your name.
Justin Swank.
Oh, okay. Good to meet you.
Sorry, guys.
Good to meet you. So aviation and sailing both for you. Is there one that is going to actually sort of take you down the next road in your educational path or in your career track?
I mean, both are good. Both of them need people. Aviation is a scarce industry right now. People need pilots, and people are not working to be pilots, and they need people to be pilots. Same as sailing, you need people doing the cargo, loading the ships, and everything. Not many people are doing that anymore.
Yeah. So there's opportunity.
There's lots of money to be made in this industry.
Well, terrific.
In both.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad that you're enjoying the program. All right, we need to move along because we've still got people here, and we've got news coming up. So, Mr. McElhenney, who you got next?
Next, I am very proud and pleased to introduce Dr. Jennifer Rinkevich. She's here with a student to talk about an incredible accomplishment and award.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And she was being abused out there in the hallway. I saw that people were.
We're almost outnumbered here. It was fierce getting in here, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
All right, so
we'll make this really short. I'm here with Sydney Adamski, who entered the Congressional Art Competition this year for District 14, and pleased to announce that she was the winner of the competition or the contest for District 14, and she will be representing us in the U.S. Capitol for the next year with her artwork on display.
Wonderful.
And with that, I think Sydney's the spotlight here.
Well, Sydney, that's quite the accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what did you do?
I entered a watercolor piece. I entered a watercolor piece, and then it went against other kids from our district and from the district, the 14th. And
Was it a landscape?
no, it was of the Capitol building in Harrisburg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a photo of it the last time I was there, and so I used that as a reference photo to create the piece.
How many versions before you were finally satisfied?
Well, there's only one version. There's a lot of tracing though, so I took the original photo, turned it into line work on my tablet, and then I traced that onto paper, and then I traced that onto another piece of paper, and before it got put on the final watercolor paper. So.
And so it's going to hang in the Capitol?
Yeah, for 1 year.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's quite the accomplishment. I like it a lot. I like to see the arts programs being so greatly represented here.
We're very proud of our arts department. It is a true pillar of our school. And the other pillar we have is athletics. And here today we have our IASD Athletic Director of the Year, is Mr. Dan Roan. And he's here to talk about the many incredible things that our student athletes are doing.
All right. Very good. We have some on our sports reports today. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
Living the dream every day.
I bet. So you had baseball, softball, and boys lacrosse yesterday. You got girls lacrosse today?
Girls lacrosse today at 4 o'clock at home. Come out, support. It's going to be a great matchup against South Fayette. Boys lacrosse last night, after several weather delays, unfortunately lost the game 9-8, but put in a really good fight against the number 2 seed, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Softball lost a heartbreaker as well against Blackhawk. Blackhawks a little bit of a Cinderella team this year. They were the number 11 seed, so they took us down last night. But what a great season out of our girls! And then baseball was victorious 4-1. That game finished in the wee hour of 10 p.m. at night in North Allegheny. So that was a long day for the guys, but pulled out a great win. Greg Minnick went 5 innings, 12 strikeouts. Ben Ryan came in, closed the door, 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. Had some timely hits. Ben Ryan had a nice double for an RBI. Andrew McGee had a nice single for 2 RBIs. Just a great game all around.
Yeah, and you get another upset-minded Blackhawk team as your reward.
We do, yes. The number 16 seed, which is incredible. They took out Bell Vernon last night, which was an impressive win for them. So we're excited for that game. Should be Monday. We don't know the location officially yet, but should be getting that in a couple hours.
Yeah, terrific. All right, so spring sports going strong. You got track and field going on too?
Track and field going on, yes. They were in quite the weather delay yesterday. Several hour delay. They actually suspended the play until today. So some kids who did not participate yesterday are actually headed back out today to finish that off. Congratulations go out to Stanford Webb, who finished second in the long jump yesterday. Phenomenal performance. He's going to head on to states. So we're excited to see what the kids do today.
Yeah, terrific stuff. All right, so it goes on.
Goes on. Lots of stuff happening.
Even as the school year is coming to a close, we're going to rush toward the finish line.
We are. We're rushing. Hey, Todd, just want to, on behalf of our school community, we know how much you like lemon lollipops. However, they are indeed such a rarity. So we got second best here, Tootsie Fruit Chews, which include a lot of lemon fruit chews. So thank you on behalf of our school community for allowing us to come here.
Look at that.
And promote our students, our programs, and our faculty.
On behalf of Dr. Hogan, who does all my dental work, I thank you for these fruit chews, which I promise not to share with anybody.
We have to support the local economy, Todd.
We appreciate that. So,
And Todd, if I can chime in, we all couldn't do what we do without Mr. McElhaney. So IHS, we've been very blessed with him as our principal for so long.
Yeah.
And, he brings all of us in and ensures that we're all here. So, but I think we all can say that he's a very humble man, but we appreciate him.
Hard to beat him.
Thank you.
Hard to beat that guy. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful summer, okay? Thank you. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.